If you told me 2-3 months ago that I'd be making 24K a month just chilling in an Airbnb like this with the crazy ass view of the CN Tower in Toronto, I think you're joking. But this exact system literally makes me money while I'm chilling here. This is what's been making me a shit ton of money. And so if you stick to the end of this video, you'll actually find a way to make this work. And if you want more details, message me on Instagram, school, and I'll actually add you to the school where you can get tons and tons and tons of more information completely for free, right? I'm literally making money while chilling at an Airbnb, and there's no reason why you can't. So stick to the end of this video if you actually want to make money, and I'm very positive that if you implement everything I'm mentioning in this video, you'll get your first client in a week, or you'll even get a couple more clients if you're at a good position in SMMA, like literally in 2 days. So watch this video fully. Okay, so this is the exact step-by-step framework that you guys can use to, hit 10, 20K, 30K. Right now, currently, I'm sitting at, it should be, like if I refresh this, just try refreshing this today. Let's see, okay, so if we go back here, in the past 4 weeks, I've made over 27K, right? But if we look at today, I made $1,000 just chilling at this Airbnb, and my MRR increased to 24,000, and it'll increase tonight because I have a couple calls left. So I'm literally sitting at 24K MRR doing this exact method that I'm gonna put you guys on for SMS. So if you want bags like this, if you guys wanna buy shit and actually enjoy life, just do what I'm gonna tell you. So a couple things I'm gonna go over is why you should actually do cold SMS, right? You might be wondering what's actually the point of it? How is it actually gonna benefit you? So if you're new to marketing, if you're new to this whole space, even if you're not new, like if you have a couple clients and you're at 5K, 10K MR, you should still hop into SMS because it's the easiest way to get clients. It's very leverageable, and it puts you in a good position because there's not a amount of friction depending on the niche you're in. So I'm assuming that a lot of you guys who are watching this are open-minded and you're smart and you're like, look, let's avoid the med spa niche and gym niche. I'm gonna do the remodeling niche, bathrooms, kitchens, roofing, decking, any niche, right? So I hope that you guys are at least doing that because this will pair very well with that, even detailing. So you don't really need a website. I would still say to have a website, but if you don't, you could just have a simple funnel, and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on ads to have any of these complex funnels, So I would recommend just jumping straight into SMS. And you'll also have a ridiculously high open rate. So text message get open more than 95% of the time. Like if you're going with contractors, if you're scraping them on, let's say, Better Business Bureau or Instant Data Scraper, you can just search remodeling companies in Boca Raton. You can easily just go here, scroll all the way down, and then just hit Instant Data Scraper, copy paste all of this stuff in a spreadsheet. Best way that I would recommend is in our school group. So if you do want to have more access, exclusive access, it's completely free. You can message me on Instagram, it's down below. It's trying to find Jason, Tryna, find Jason. Message me and I'll add you to the school. Message me school or Tulum and I'll add you in. But there's more advanced scraping that is way more easier than Instant Data Scraper where you can get 20,000 leads in 10 minutes. I'm not even kidding. So message me if you want to be in that. Also, you get a quick feedback loop. So with SMS, you'll know right away what works because you'll see directly what's happening, right? So let's say you send 1,000 SMSs in a day and you get a couple negative responses for a couple of 2 days. You kind of know that your messaging is wrong, so you can change it up easily. And it's easy to personalize. You can make it personalized, you don't really need to, but obviously adding in a bit of personalization is good. And I honestly believe there's low competition because with what I'm giving you guys, it's not anything super brand new, but these are frameworks that a lot of people don't use, so you come off as sounding different. Now, when it comes to the automation text, you just want to send something very simple like this. So, hey, it's Grace. Are you able to take 4 to 6 more full bathroom or kitchen remodels in the next couple of weeks? It's on a complete pay on results basis and there's no upfront fee. Are you interested? So I know you guys might be thinking, hey, that bait and switch doesn't work, but I promise you guys it works completely. I've closed people, I've made money off of this, and I still am making money off of this, so try something like this right away. I'm assuming that most of you guys have a good idea of how to use these automations and how they work. If not, all you just do is have an opportunity and you just upload a bunch of leads. This is the one we're testing out. Hey, this is Jacker on a paper project model. So you can pause this, take a look at it. This is what we do. So after we give a wait period of 90 minutes, and let's say the response is positive, they'll get a text saying, perfect, I'll give you a call from this number. If they don't text back within 90 minutes, they get a text asking if they're still interested. If they don't text back at all, they'll get a bump up text within the next 90 minutes asking if they're still interested. And if they respond positively, then our system will get in touch with them. So if you guys want like an overview of this, you can take a screenshot real quick and try and implement this. But like I said, you can fully join my school community where all of these automations and snapshots are there. So you can just copy. You don't even have to make this. It's literally in the school. So yeah, that's all you would need to do in terms of the SMS automation. That's very simple automation. You could try this out. And yeah, don't be too worried about it being saturated. Just obviously try and be a bit innovative, right? You want to come off as very like, mentioning that you're not like Angie's, you're not a pay-per-lead company, you're very different. And so yeah, the tonality, like I said, you don't want to sound salesy, just sound very chill. How I go about this is like, I'll be like, hey, it's Jason. I think my assistant, Hannah, actually just texted you earlier about getting a few extra jobs lined up. Does that ring a bell? Cool. Yeah, look, I just wanted to give you a quick call. Nothing crazy. I just run a small company called Put Your Name. I'm just working with about 25 construction companies. I just work exclusively with them. So like I said, not like Angie. So I only work with one company per area. And so yeah, we do pretty much everything hands-on. I only work with one company per area. So before we kind of go any further, I had a couple questions to ask you, and even if it makes sense for us to partner up, we can talk about that. I was just going to ask you a couple of questions about your business. I'll explain what it is we do, and if you're free later today or another day, we can set up a call. Does that sound fair? Okay, cool. So yeah, what kind of work are you looking to get more of? So are you looking to get more bathrooms, kitchens, fences, or decking? What are you looking to get more of? Hear them out. Ask them how they're getting it, right? So how are you getting most of your work right now? Is it coming through word of mouth, a marketing company, a lead company? And ask them, okay, so if it's word of mouth, how are the leads? Like I know like with word of mouth, it's kind of good sometimes, but you can't really control the areas you're getting your leads from, right? So are you looking to get in front of areas that you can't go? Okay, and is it also consistent enough to keep growing or not? Yeah, just staying at the same level, right? With each thing they say, you can have a different pain point that you can address for word of mouth, right? Lead companies. Okay, how's it going with lead companies? I'll be honest, man, I hear some positive stuff about them, but I'd say 90% of the times it's bad and maybe 10% of the times it's good. Where are you at on it? Okay. I mean, like, look, how is it going, man? You can be honest with me. Do you like it? Like, are the leads good? Like, what's going on? And you can just keep asking how many leads they're getting, how much are they spending? Keep going until you find a pain point and really address it. Because it's going to make your pitch even better. Because you can compare those companies to you so they can really see the difference. And yeah, like, kind of ask them these questions, and they'll probably ask, like, look, what is it you do? Or you can just move into what you do. So I'll be like, yeah, so basically what we do is we help companies like yours get in front of homeowners who are actually planning to have a remodel, right? They're not just price shopping. And I know with like most companies, you're kind of put in a position where you have to underbid. With us, you're not. We kind of put you in a position where the homeowners know you're not the cheapest in town. You're not the most expensive in town either. You're here to give them a fair price. And so we handle all the outreach, all the qualifying parts. So we get their name, phone number, address, every single thing. We qualify them based on your criteria. And let's say they are qualified, we just send them to a page where they can actually schedule themselves in. So, you don't have to chase them down or try and book them in. It's synced up with your calendar. We have like a very simple app that does this. And yeah, if someone books in right away, you'll get their name, type of project they're looking for, rough budget, timeline, how they're planning on paying, all that info. And our system even sends reminders to the lead to actually let them know about their appointment, so you don't have to chase them and remind them, right? We handle all of that. Does that all make sense? Cool. What are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you feel about that? All right. I mean, do you have any questions? No? Okay, cool. So yeah, look, if you are interested, we could hop on a call today. Like, you could just move on to that. Maybe they might ask about price, so you could just be like, look, so it depends, honestly. So with some companies, it's we have different sort of pricing. There's not really a fixed pricing that we have. What I can say though is that we are results based. So if we're not getting you appointments or we're not getting you jobs, we're not getting paid because we have multiple different options that can work for you, right? So can't really give you a price because I don't really know enough about your situation to give you a price. So what I can do though is if you do want to talk about that at some point, we can get on a quick call. I can, it's just like 20-30 minutes. I'm not going to hard pitch you. I'll just explain what it is we do. I'll ask you a couple questions, and if you are interested, we could talk about partnering up then and there. Does that sound fair? Awesome. Okay. And then so just time, try and get them in right away for the same day or the next day. That's going to be your best option. You always want to try and book them in as fast as possible. I'll be honest. You never want to not let them book in. And yeah, that's all you need to do. Now the metrics with that. So very, very simple. If you are very new to SMS and SMMA, I would say start off with 1,000 SMSs because you probably don't even have enough experience to communicate and talk to these guys. And the last thing I want you to do is feeling overwhelmed and like having a ton of leads to call and you're just not confident and you can't get to them. You're kind of drained, like it's not really making sense. I would just rip 1,000 for the day. Like you'll probably get around 20 to 25 positive replies. Let's say 15 people pick up the phone. You should be able to get maybe like 4 to 8 bookings minimum. Let's say out of the 4 to 8 bookings, 1 to 3 show up. You get 1 close in a week. So that's 2.5K. So each week, if you're starting off, you should at least be closing 1 new 2.5K, right? That's very possible. And so if you're doing double the volume, think about it, you'll have a higher chance of closing. Obviously, SMS isn't super predictable, so there are going to be some days you're lucky. There are going to be some days that luck's not on your side, and it just comes down to like just pushing through. What we always need to do is focus on the inputs, right? So focus on this. Don't focus focus on everything else but this, right? So what I'd want you to do is if you're just starting off, just have like a copy of something like this, right? Always focus on the input. So each day I'm gonna send 1,000 SMSs if I'm new. I'm gonna get 25 replies. I should. If I don't, then I might have done something wrong. Maybe my messaging is bad. You guys should always be testing things, not too much, but you should be testing different things out because you're gonna have a good idea of what works and what doesn't work, right? So keep focusing on the inputs. Don't attach too much effort into the outputs because that's when things are gonna go wrong. You're gonna be like, hey, I've been trying this. I'm not even close to 10K. I haven't closed someone, right? So just think about the inputs only, right? So if you do want more help on this, I have like full guides on appointment setting, like how to actually, come up with your own script, how to set them, how to deal with a couple objections, how to, have a good pre-call. If you want all of that information, just hit me up on Instagram. Like I said, I'll add you to the community because these videos will just take way too long. At some point I'll make like a super in-depth video for you guys, but if you guys literally want stuff for free, just join the community. I'm not gonna ask you for any money. We even offer like a roadmap for you guys, like a one-to-one call to give you an exact roadmap of what you can do. And like I said, literally no free. It's like completely free. There's no charges at all. You don't need to like pay us at all. This is just because we want to build a community and we want to get a lot of people some results and network with other people. So if you are doing pretty well, I would just say maybe send 2 to 3K SMSs and just rip them. Just focus on the inputs. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching this video and message me if you have any questions.